presentación es la de Carlos Delgado Clos, el último, pero no menos importante. Como tengo el currículum en español, pues lo voy a leer. Bueno, él ha vuelto a casa porque es ingeniero de telecomunicación de la Universidad Politécnica de Madrid. Vamos a resaltar esto. Y es doctor en informática de la Universidad Técnica de Múnich en 1986. Actualmente es catedrático de Ingeniería Telemática en la Carlos III de Madrid, director del Máster Erasmus Mundus Network and Business Center Computing, del Máster Online en Gestión de Producción en e-Learning, director de la cátedra Nokia, y además actualmente ocupa el cargo de vicerrector de Infraestructuras y Medio Ambiente. Bueno, él tiene una dilatada trayectoria en e-learning y en la actualidad su línea de investigación se ha centrado en la tecnología educativa. Ha liderado múltiples proyectos de investigación y bueno, yo quería resaltar también pues que actualmente también es el coordinador del programa iMadrid, en la que participamos universidades de Madrid, sobre temas de e-learning. Pues cuando quieras, Carlos. Pues.
Bien. Con esta introducción no sé si seguir en español, but I've been told to speak English, so I have the slides in English as well, so I will speak English. I'm going to talk about mobile learning, and I'm going to talk about it from the perspective of eMadrid, the network here we have at the region of Madrid. I will say first a few words about this project, this network, this excellence network, and then concentrate on the topic of mobile learning. First, what is the eMadrid networks? We are 6 universities here at the region of Madrid. Carlos III, my university, Autónoma, Complutense, UNED, Politécnica, and Rey Juan Carlos are the main partners in this project. And there are also many other partners, many other associate partners, like many companies. Here is a list of all of them, and some other associate partners, other universities throughout Spain as well as around the world, and some other institutions, and also IEEE Education Society and the Spanish chapter and Portuguese chapter are behind in helping promote this network. The object of study is e-learning or technology-enhanced learning, so the support of learning with technological means. Here is the list in Spanish of the 10 topics we concentrate on, and among them is one which I will talk about today, which is mobile learning, which is ubiquitous and mobile support for learning. Here's another picture of the different topics. We have 3D learning, we have edutainment, we have tools in general, support tools like learning management systems, and we have other topics like methodologies, educational modeling, learning design, adaptation, adaptability, accessibility, etc., and some other traversal topics like standards and open source tools. What do we do? So we organize events. We organize monthly seminars, and I will show the titles of some of them. So every month, typically in the middle of the month, we have a seminar where we have normally three talks, both from the network and from other places, invited speakers. We organize 2-day yearly workshops, and we have some other talks, some other conferences which are aperiodic. Here are some of the seminars we organize about e-learning and games, 3D learning, open educational content, platforms and tools for learning, mobile learning. This is a series of 3 seminars we had related to mobile learning, instructional design, learning design, collaborative design, social networks, semantic web for e-learning, open standards, open software, open source, and education, etc. So these are these monthly seminars. We have some other talks, and we have these workshops typically in the month of June. The first was June 2010, about e-learning in general, and the last one in June 2011 was specifically about mobile learning. We have now next June 2012, a third workshop, which is on the topics of social networks and professional training and e-learning. We record everything, so everything is available, both the slides and the videos of the talks, so you can go to our website, emadridnet.org, and from there you have the list of all seminars and talks, and you can look at the videos, look at the presentations, the slides, look at the pictures we take, which are uploaded on these sites like Flickr, SlideShare, Vimeo, etc. Everything is available through our website. We also participated in other conferences, more significantly maybe at EduCon, the IEEE conference, that started here in Madrid. So we started already at the first edition in Madrid, then in Jordan, and next year we're going to Morocco. We also participate in ECTEL, the European Conference on Technology Enhanced Learning. In 2010 it was in Barcelona, where we had a significant participation. This year it was in Palermo, and we also participate. I will be the general chair at the 2012 conference in Germany. Apart from these academic places, we also have an impact through television, radio, news, newspapers, journals, and many other places where we disseminate the results of our project. We measure also the impact on the web through Google Analytics, and we see that we are growing quite significantly. Overall, as of June 2012, we were 142 researchers in these 6 universities, 6 partner institutions, and we have organized more than 50 talks and lots of research publications, many of them in journals with an impact factor. So this is the introduction. This is the eMadrid network, and now I'm going to talk about mobile learning, which is to me and to many of great importance in the future. We believe that we will have a disrupting effect on learning. One indicator is the importance of smartphones. 20% of all mobile phone devices were smartphones, and the prediction for 2012 is that there will be 500 million smartphones sold all over. So this means, according to Morgan Stanley, also another prediction, that there will be more smartphones than computers bought. On top of this, we have to add the tablets. So the number of mobile devices will be huge, and these mobile devices will be always with us. We would rather like to lose a purse than our mobile phone because of the many capabilities and the lots of information we have, which we need every day. Also, some other predictors, for instance from the Horizon initiative, is that in 1 year or less, mobiles will be used for education. The future of education is mobile, and so it's there. K-12 schools are increasingly seeing the potential of mobile devices and noting that not only they are devices themselves, less expensive than most laptops, they need less infrastructure to support them. This is an important point. I was last year invited to a talk at the Wireless Ed conference in Washington, which is a US conference about, it's basically sponsored by Qualcomm, and it investigates the use of mobile devices, and the enthusiasm there was great. I mean, it was a great conference because all kinds of players were participating there, both from academia, from companies, and from government, and from schools also, superintendents, etc., and trying to identify the uses of mobile devices as a game changer in the area of education. There are many capabilities the devices have. They are always with you, you have them with you all the time, and they are always connected. I'd like to refer to them, as some people do, as sensor packs, because it's a package of sensors in many different ways, and I'll put up a few sensors later on. They connect you to the world, they keep you in touch with the world, with everybody. So, in order to augment your sensory capabilities as well. One of the applications also I would mention especially is augmented reality, because this allows you to superimpose digital information, virtual information, on your physical and your real context, and this has a lot of possibilities. So, taking these four capabilities or these four themes as a leitmotif, as a point to further development, I will say, I will present some of the projects, some of the initiatives that has been carried out both by ourselves, our university, the Carlos III University, and as well by other partners of the EMADIT network. I have not included everything. I'm sure I will be missing some of the many other things the EMADIT network partners are doing, and also I probably will not be able to explain everything what they're doing, but I thought it would be fair to not only present results from our university, but also from other EMADIT partners. So let's think about it, always with you. You carry these devices, tablets, smartphones with you. They are lightweight, a small size, but of big power, at affordable prices, more or less, because also the operators are subsidizing them. They're easy to use with a natural touch interface, so that even babies, and you have seen probably these videos with babies using them. So they are very nicely, I mean, they are devices that can be used without reading any instructions, etc. So let me explain then some of the projects or some of the initiatives, some of the experiments we have been carrying out along the last years. This is one experiment we have been doing at Carlos III University. There's this dilemma. On the one hand, you want to use the latest smartphone with the most advanced capabilities, but if you want to use it in class, then you have to provide these devices and give them to the students. An alternative is to use less capabilities, and then take advantage of the devices the students have themselves. But then you have to only assume the lowest denominator. I mean, you can use only those capabilities that you can expect from all mobile devices, be they last generation or be they from 3 generations before. So in this experiment, we just used Bluetooth capabilities, which all mobile devices have. And the idea was to send learning pills to the students. So when the students came to class, they registered with a Bluetooth sender, and then sometimes at appropriate points, in order to motivate and to engage, so these learning pills were sent to the students. So very low profile, if you wish, very technology, but available to all the students. And we have made an experiment, and with a control group and with another group, with these mobile devices, they brought themselves. And, well, we have made some measurements, and we have seen that, in fact, it increases motivation and engagement. This is, by the way, published in an IEEE Transactions of Education, this experiment. This is already a few years old, but even if you use these low-profile capabilities, you can improve your teaching. This is another experiment which is more recent. Here we used mobile phones provided by Nokia, by the Nokia chair. And this is done not at the university, but in schools. Children were asked to make a drawing of some famous painting and then explain this in a video. So the children here, I think 9 years old, 8, 9 years old, had to explain in a video, had to make a video and explain the drawing they had painted by a famous painter. And then with these Nokia devices, they made this virtual or this museum where you could go there and with an NFC reader, for each of the paintings, the video was directly shown at the mobile device. So the mobile device, through the RFID, through NFC technology, was shown, was pointed to the right video. So this created an extraordinary excitement, both for the students as well as for the teachers and even the parents, so that other classes wanted to do this as well. Let me now go to another experiment, not from our university, but from the Complutense University, where they have the e-Adventure platform. e-Adventure is a platform for the development of games, with low-cost games, so easy to use, easy to define games. And this is not only available with normal computers, but also with mobile phones, where they've been doing several approaches on how to behave when there's a fire, etc. So this platform developed with mobiles, m-Adventure, is available from Complutense University at this website. So let's go to the next point. It's always connected. The connectivity of mobile devices, of smartphones, allows you to stay in touch with other people. And we can define two classes of people. On the one hand, the collaboration with peers, with other students, so together they can come up with new solutions to problems. But also there's another possibility to have an enhanced teacher-student communication. I will put a few examples here about the collaboration within the student body and for communication between teachers and students. This is an experiment also a few years old. This was with MAEMO devices from Nokia, which now are, this is already 3 years old, so now totally obsolete. But I think it was an interesting experiment where the students were given these MAEMO devices, these Linux-based mobile phones, and the capabilities were just, I'm following the class or I'm lost, on the one hand, or the teacher is too fast or too slow. So they had to put two buttons basically. It's too fast, too slow, and on the other hand, I'm following or I'm lost. And the teacher had another MAEMO with the average, the mean value of all the students. So the teacher could see whether most of the students were lost or most of the students thought that the teacher was too fast in the explanations. And I think this provided a nice way to have this parallel communication between teachers and students. It would not disrupt the normal explanation of the teacher, so allowed through this back channel that also the shy could say, this is too fast, I'm not following at all. Okay? So this was a kind of an affordable version of audience response systems. You know that these audience response systems are typically very expensive devices that has to be bought as a complete set. So in a way we had used general purpose devices to provide an affordable version of these audience response systems. Another initiative, this time from UNED. I'm glad that some people are here because they could probably explain much better, but I want to include some other initiatives as well, is this M2Learn framework developed in a PhD thesis by UNED, in which it provides a way to interface with learning management systems and to upload, for instance, learning objects to the platform, to Moodle, to .learn, etc., and then be able to access these learning objects or these tests, the QTI-based tests, in your mobile devices. So it's a very comprehensive and very general framework that allows to enhance the possibilities of normal learning management systems with mobile devices. Let's go to the third aspect, sensor park. Mobile devices allow you to augment your senses. There are multiple sensors in all smartphones. They can know the location through geopositioning. They can know how this device is tilted, the acceleration, the touch, whether it's light or not. There's a camera to see the environment, microphone to hear, proximity sensor to see whether you're close or not. Of course, you can get via internet information from remote locations. So there's a big variety of information that the smartphone is able to detect and to process later on. This is very powerful, and this allows you to do many things. I will talk about a couple of initiatives, one from the Carlos III University and one from the Rey Juan Carlos University, which makes use of some of these possibilities. First of all is Gymkhana Know Your Campus that we have done together with Pompeu Fabra University, where they have a course in the first year where at the very beginning they want to teach the students where the services at the university are. And rather than explaining them in a theoretical way, what we did is to use the mobile phones we provided together with some platform in order to have at different points these RFID tags and to get information which is appropriate for this, each of these locations. This turned out to be a quite motivating experience, and so you learn where things are at a precise location. These Gymkhanas are very useful, and here's another experience by the Rey Juan Carlos University where they have developed this M or mobile Gymkhana, where you can quite easily define Gymkhanas, and at different points of a campus you can propose different kinds of challenges. For instance, a text challenge where you have to answer a question, geopositioning challenge, you have to find a particular place, or photo-based challenge where you have to take a picture or find some particular place mark, etc. Also, there are augmented reality challenges which I will talk about later. You can, on a Google Maps-based map, you can follow where the different groups are with this location button, so you can very nicely follow where the different groups are and how they are advancing through these challenges. And the final point I want to touch upon is augmented reality. It's a way to extend the physical, the real world with virtual, with digital information, which can be of any kind, can be text, can be 3D models, can be audio, can be videos, etc. And can provide context-dependent information, both based on the geopositioning or based on marks or based on images, so the different kinds of augmented reality. Let me here also tell you of some of the experiments we've been doing. For instance, Carlos III University, we have these basic markers where combined appropriately show you the right image. For instance, we have a spelling game where you have markers with syllables, and when you combine the syllables in the right way, you get this image which corresponds to the word that is composed. Or another experiment where you can learn to do simple math. You can learn how to add and subtract, etc., the basic operations just by using the right markers. the idea is to build some basic building blocks that you can combine then in a future work. In relation with the mobile Gymkhana by Juan Carlos, it is also possible to tag virtual resources with an augmented reality interface they have developed as well. So in this way also augmented reality challenges can be defined in this Gymkhana that can be very easily defined. So I want to come to an end. I believe that mobile devices will disrupt how teaching and learning will occur, both in classroom and out of class. Mobile devices should not be banned in class, but used in a creative and intelligent way. And in the same way as in the airplane, you can use your mobile device in flight mode, where you can not use the full capabilities of your device because it can interrupt or can disturb the controls of the engine. It would be nice to identify a kind of a school mode that disables some capabilities and allows some others that can be used to motivate to engage in class. At this conference in Washington, there was a company called Kajit that provided service for schools. In a way, what they provided is that all the traffic, all the web information went through their network, and they provided the adequate filters in order to disallow, I don't know, pornography or whatever kind of bad content. They also provided a maximum of expense every month or every year in different ways in order to allow the children spend more than was agreed before. So this kind is a virtual mobile operator. So they used Sprint, I think, as a basis, but it's a mobile operator with particular interest for schools, because they provided some control on the expense of the content that was circulating through these mobile devices. So, and I think this is a first phase towards this school mode. I think many other things have to be included as well, maybe some restriction of some apps and not others. So I think these school modes would be something interesting to be thought of in the future in order to allow smartphones in school. Smartphones allow the mixture of physical and digital world with this augmented reality, and this can be also used very creatively, in a very creative way, because you can augment, you can superimpose to your digital world additional information. For instance, you're out in the field and you get information about the leaves of the trees, so you can look for whatever kinds of things in the nature and get information about it and learn from it. And I think in this way you are also liberated from classroom. The classroom is not anymore the only place to learn. You can go out and carry these intelligent devices with you to learn better. It supports this situated and embodied cognition, and in a way both learners and teachers as well acquire superpowers through these devices. As a last conclusion slide, there's also some problems or some developments which are needed. Mobile devices are just a tool, even if they are powerful one, and there are many things which are still needed. For instance, pedagogies are still to be developed to harness the possibility of this technology, how to use it. We have a powerful tool, but how to use it properly and in different contexts. The teachers have to be taught about these pedagogies. Education material needs to be produced, which is appropriate. Now some companies are coming out with these augmented books, augmented reality books, which enhance this classical material with information you can read through your device. And also authoring tools are needed to facilitate content production, which is able to be used with mobile devices. So with this, I want to finish my presentation, which included first the presentation of Madrid, and then some thoughts, some reflections coming from the whole Madrid partners around mobile learning. Thank you very much. Are there any questions? ¿Alguna pregunta? Oder gibt es Fragen?
Okay. Some question?
Do you agree all? Yes, we are doing this at master level where we have less students. Last year we had a course where we had just 2 groups, so we gave them 2 tablets, Android tablets, and they had to develop the Junaio augmented reality software. So Junaio is a company. Well, you know, the company is Metaio, and Junaio is the product, is an augmented reality product, and the students had to develop augmented reality software. And this is one case where we use tablets, and in another course, we also gave them tablets to do some software, some e-publishing, so EPUB developments. But the problem is, I mean, if you have many students, then you have to buy a lot of tablets, and tablets become obsolete very fast, so you have to have a very huge budget to carry this out. I mean, another thing we have done also, these MIMO devices, which is now a few years old, we have used them also in second-year courses where they had studied C, and they had to also develop some programs. So these are the 2 or 3 occasions where we gave tablets to the students, but it's a tool to develop software, basically, which is one possible use. Of course, there are many other uses as well.
Okay. Thank you very much, Carlos. I am going to close this seminar. So we have taken 3 brilliant presentations, and many thanks to the speakers, to the keynote speakers, and thank you for your participation, and I hope to see you again soon. Thanks.